Let's see. We are just about ready to begin. Welcome back, everybody. We're doing 45, 60 minutes of live side split stretching, and we're going to get started real soon. I just had this crazy mint, and my whole entire throat is like, like I'm breathing ice. Oh man, that was intense. Ah, oh, okay. Whew. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, rotate, twist, move, warm up. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and to make the suffering that we're about to do put into our hamstrings, put into our hips, and make that a little bit more fun, a little bit more bearable. So, if you like side splits, if you care about hip mobility, you are in the right place. We are getting started right now. The first thing that we're going to do is our warm ups. And the first warm up exercise is called the hip car. Hip cars stand for controlled articulated rotations, and they look a little bit like this. We're going to start with a high knee. We're going to lift our knee as high as we can directly in front. Lift, 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 lift some more. Boom, high knee. From here, we're going to open up that hip. Ugh. The leg is doing most of the work. The hip isn't actually moving. We're just bringing the leg out to the side as wide as we can. Keep that knee high. From here, we're going to rotate this leg so that the ankle is as high as the knee. We almost want to hide the ankle behind the knee if you're looking at it from this angle. All right? You can still see the toesies, but it's hidden behind the knee. If you can, I want you to keep rotating. Bring the ankle up, up, up. Oh, I'm off balance. Up, 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 up. Ah! At some point, your hamstrings will get real tight, real uncomfortable, and you can pause there for a second and bring your leg down and back. All right? One, it is down and back, and I'm gonna spin around so you can see it. We're flexing the hamstrings, we're flexing the glutes, we're pulling this leg back so that you're feeling the stretch here at the hip. If you get a little too excited and you kick that leg back like this, you start putting a whole bunch of pressure here in your low back. Your low back is going to be uncomfortable, and we don't want that. So focus on feeling the stretch here at the hip. Okay? There's a little bit of torquing, it's fine. But if you're doing a whole bunch and you're putting a whole bunch of pressure here, that's going to get really irritating fast. So don't do that. All right? That is how we do our hip cars. We're going to go through them. We're going to do 10 on the left side. We're going to do 10 on the right side. Let's begin. Stand up straight. Hold on to something for balance if you need it. Lift that knee as high as you can. Open that hip up. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is horizontal. Then rotate some more so the ankle is high. Bring the leg down and back. That is one rep. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I watched somebody post a video of them doing my workout yesterday night, or maybe it was this morning. I saw the video and I realized that I should spend more time facing you guys so it's easier to mirror the movement. Oh man, I just had a hamstring cramp. Whew. Whew. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I think that's five. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Oh, down and back. That's six. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's seven. High knee. Open. We're rotating that ankle up to horizontal. Then we're rotating it some more. Ankle up, 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 up. Back. Eight. Two more. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's nine. Last one. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. Oh, that is 10 hip cars. Oh, that's 25% of our hip cars. We have three more of those to do. So let's get ready to go. I'm going to do this from the side because it's easier to face that way and hold on to the wall. I don't have something to hold on to on the sides of this camera angle. All right. Stand up straight, core tight. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull that leg back. Don't put the pressure here in the low back. Put the pressure here on the hip flexor. All right? High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's four. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's five. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's six. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. Whew. I'm going to face you guys. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back, that's 7. 3 more, high knee. Open, ankle up. Down and back, that's 8, high knee. Open, ankle up. Down and back, that's 9, last one, high knee. Open, ankle up. Down and back, that's 10. Oh, oh. If your hamstrings feel like they're about to cramp, or if your glutes are working real hard, especially when you're trying to bring that leg down and back, that is a good sign that you're working very hard. The goal of the hip cars is to strengthen our muscles, use them to bring our legs into crazier and crazier positions with control. The more control you have, the easier it is for your body to chill out and let you do crazy things like splits. So that's why hip cars are important. Hopefully, your hips are feeling a little bit more warmed up. So we got to go and do those in reverse now. We do them going forward. It's time to go backwards. The movements are basically the same, or the points we're trying to hit are going to be the same. But I want to emphasize again, we don't want to be torquing. All right, we don't want this to be happening. A lot of butt popping. Okay, when does that happen? It happens when we bring this leg down and back. When you try really hard to extend that leg back behind you, you put a whole bunch of pressure here in that low back. We don't want that. We want to keep it relatively neutral. We want to feel the hip stretch right here, not back here. Okay? So, to protect your back and keep your core nice and tight, like you're bracing for a punch. Okay? Let's go. Stand up straight. Hold on to the wall for balance, and let's go. Bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Feel the stretch here in the hip flexor. From here, we're lifting directly to the side. The ankle is horizontal. We're going to rotate and bring that ankle up. Ooh, we're going to bring the ankle down, and we're going to lift the knee. Then we're going to bring the knee forward. That is 1 rep. We'll count it today. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 4. I'm going to do it from the front. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 5. I'm going to hop a little bit forward because I just kicked the wall. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 6. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 7. 3 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 8. 2 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Oh man, that is our first reverse hip guard. We are 75% of the way done. We got 1 more leg, not 2 legs, 1 leg. Let's go. Whew. Stand up nice and straight. Flex those abs. Again, we don't want to be twerking. All right. Lock that core up nice and tight. All of the stretch is coming from the hip, not from the low back. All right. Let's go. Stand up straight. Hand out for balance. And back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 1. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 2. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 3. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 4. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 5. 5 more. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 6. 4 more. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. 7. 3 more. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. 8. 2 more. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 8, I think. 2 more. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. 9. Last one. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 10. Those are our hip curls. If your legs are super tired, that means you did it absolutely right. The goal was to use our muscles to bring our leg through all those crazy positions where we're probably going to be relatively weak and force ourselves to get stronger so we can get better movement, so we can trick our brains to be chill, to relax, and let us do cool things. All right. If you're just joining in, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice the most important quality, consistency, and to build a little bit of community and to make the suffering we're about to put ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable, a little less just suffering. So if you like that, if you like consistency, if you like hip mobility, if you like side splits, make sure to follow along and subscribe. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started like what, 10 minutes ago? 11 minutes ago. Nice. Okay. That was our first warm up exercise. We're going to jump into our second warm up exercise. We're going to do something a little bit more gentle because your hips are probably really tired right now. What we're going to do is we're going to fold at our hips. Whee! Boop. Here we are. If you can, get into that 90-degree angle and just hang out here for a little bit. If you're not able to get quite that low, get to wherever you can. It's okay. It's part of the process. Okay? From here, if you have a tight low back, old low back injury, or whatever it is going on, try to relax. If you can. If your doctor does not recommend that you relax in this way, maybe don't do that. But otherwise, for everybody else, relax. Ah, breathe. And when the tension starts going away from your low back, those low back muscles are starting to relax a little bit. You're starting to feel the hamstring stretch building up, getting more tight, getting more intense. Then we're ready to move. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg, and we're going to keep on switching back and forth. The whole time, I want you to focus on bringing your belly button down to the ground and fold forward the best that you can. When you are switching your legs and folding forward, you should be feeling it in your hamstrings. And oh, breathe and keep going. Switch and switch and switch and switch. Just do this for a little bit. You should be feeling a whole bunch of stretch, a whole bunch of tension here in the hamstrings, but you might also be feeling some tension over here in your butt, in your glutes. That is usually because your hamstrings transform into tendons and your tendons attach to the bottoms of your pelvis. When you are folded forward like this, the bottoms of your pelvis is right here and it looks like your butt, and that's probably what it feels like. All right? So, chances are that's what that sensation is. The other thing you might be feeling is your toes being a little bit tingly, maybe your calves even being a little bit tingly. That is often called nerve flossing, nerve stretching, nerve gliding, and the tingly sensation happens when the nerves, which are a physical, like ropey, little stringy thing inside your body, is kind of sliding around inside the leg and makes your toes tingle. That's basically it. So if your toes are tingly, don't worry about it. Just try not to be super explosive and power through every single move. All right, take a chill, relax. Everything's cool. All right. Once you've been here for a while and you feel like, hey, this isn't so bad, I can do way more of these. This is easy. That is a good feeling to push yourself a little bit harder. Fold a little bit deeper. Keep on folding. And 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, pop into a little bit of a squat. Oh man, that was intense. Come back up into standing and shake it out. What we just did, especially that little bit of squat at the end, was designed to make sure our low back and those muscles were firing before we stood up and started doing other stuff. When you fold over for a long time and you hang out and you relax for a while, the low back muscles, the core tends to take a little nap. And before we start doing more exercise, after giving our back a nap time, we got to make sure they kick in. The way you do that is by popping into a little bit of a squat. Wake up that low back, and then we're ready to go. That is the first part of our second warm-up exercise. It's a lot of numbers. It's kind of confusing, but don't worry about it. We're going to move on to the next exercise, and it looks a little bit like this. No, hold on. It's not going to. Just follow along. We are doing some thoracic rotation. Thoracic rotation is rotating the thoracic spine. It's the middle half of your spine. It's below the neck, and it's above your low back. So it's kind of the middle of your spine. But it's probably like half of your total spine if you combine everything, right? It's designed to rotate. It's designed to move. It's designed to bend. It's designed to round. And it's designed to do this thing where you bend backwards, right? It's designed to be very mobile. So we're going to do a little bit of mobility for the spine, and it's going to look like this. I want you to bend one knee. I want you to straighten out the other leg. We were just doing this, so you don't have to think too hard. Fold the belly button down. Take the arm from the bent leg side, reach across, push against that straight leg, and help push open your chest. Reach your other arm up into the sky, look at that hand, and breathe. Chill for a second. Take one more inhale, and on the exhale, I want you to reach far behind your shoulder. All right, inhale, exhale. Woo. That is half a rep. We gotta do 5 of these. Take your time. If your back hurts, feel free to stop. But otherwise, take your time, breathe, reach, and get a little bit more rotating. All right, other side. This leg is now bent. That leg is now straight. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching to the straight leg side. We're folding forward and we're pushing against that leg to open up our chest. Look up at the hand. Breathe. Yeah. Exhale and stretch. Whew, that is 1 total rep. We did the right side and the left side, and now we are going to do 4 more. One leg is bent, one leg is straight. Arm from the bent side to the straight leg. Push and open. Reach that other hand up into the air. Your neck is rotated to look at that hand. And open. Breathe. Whew, other side. Whee! Breathe. That is 2. We got 3 more. Bent leg, straight leg. Reach. Open. Open, 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 open. Breathe. Other side. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open. Oh, look at the hand. Your neck is rotating. Breathe. And reach. I think, is that 3 finished? Or is that the start of 4? I think that's the start of 4. What did we just do? We went open this way. Other way. Bent leg, straight leg. Reach. Open. Whew. That's 4. Last one. Open, 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 open. Breathe. Exhale and reach. Oh, I think that's 5, right? This is 5. Open, 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 open. Whew. That is thoracic rotation. Hopefully, your spine is feeling a little bit looser. You're moving a little bit better, doing a little dance. And your shoulders might also be a little bit more tired because you probably never reached that far back in your normal life. You're going, whoa, hey, what's going on over here? That's okay. Don't worry. We don't need the shoulders for anything else today. All right. So we're ready to move on into warm up exercise number 3. Warm up exercise number 3 is the Cossack switch. I'm going to demonstrate it real quick. You don't have to hop in. I'll tell you when you can join in. It looks a little bit like this. We're popping into a deep squat on one leg, and the other leg is basically doing a side split. All right. We're going to scoot our butts over to the other side. Boom. We're going to hang out here for a second. We're going to squish a little bit deeper, get into a deeper stretch, and then we're going to come back. Whee! And that is 1 rep to the left and 1 rep to the right. 1 total rep. For most of us, your ankles, your hips, your knees, not going to be quite ready to get that deep. So we're going to pre-stretch to help you get into a deeper version of this that will work for you. What I want you to do is come, you can join in now, come into a squat. The deepest squat that you can get into. If you're not very good at these, that's absolutely a-okay. I want you to focus on 2 things. 1, pull your chest to your knees. 2, lean really far forward so that your heels come off the ground and you're feeling the stretch in your Achilles tendon and in your calves. Poke those calves, double check that they're super tense. That's it. Whew. Breathe. Relax. Whew. Chill. And sigh. Once you hung out here for a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is do a little dance, a little wiggle, a little shake. Real gentle. I want you to do a little bit of a hip circle. I want you to move those knees, move those ankles, swing a little bit from side to side, and just play with your legs. Okay? The reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to prepare and get those joints stable for the Cossack switch that's about to take this to the next level. All right? I think that's about it. We're ready. Let's do this. We're taking our hands, we're sticking them straight down into the ground. Then we're going to take one of the legs, we're going to extend that out over to the side and drop that heel, point the toe up more or less. From here, we're going to do the most important part of this exercise, which is to drop this heel down on the ground. The reason why that's important is because having your whole foot down flat helps you to maintain your balance and helps you stay stable. We want that. Stay stable, don't fall. From here, try to get as low as you can while keeping that heel down. If you're really flexible, you might be able to get super low. If you're not quite that flexible and you're stuck a little bit higher, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry. We're ready to continue. From here, I want you to bring your hips over to the other side. Whee! Oh, I'm off balance. Whee! I've come over to the other side. When you get to the other side, I want you to squish and get as compact, as low as you can. Pause here for a second and then go back. If you're a little bit deeper in your stretch, you might need to put your hands down to give yourself a little bit of support to help yourself over to the other side. Squish and then come back and squish some more. That is all the information you need to get started. Take your time, give yourself as much gentle movement as possible. Use your hands to support yourself, and let's go. Heel down, low as you can get, and let's go. Over, squeeze, back, squeeze. That's one. Back over, squeeze, back, squeeze. That's two. Over, squeeze, back, squeeze. I forgot to use my hands and demonstrate. Over, squeeze, back, squeeze. I think this is four. Keep going. And if I'm going a little bit too fast for you, you're having a difficult time keeping up, don't worry. You just have to count to 10 for yourself. I talk a lot, like right now, and this is perfect time for you to catch up if that is what is happening, that you're falling behind my pacing. My pacing is not some magic fancy pacing. It's just whatever I feel like on any given day. If I'm super excited, I tend to go a little bit fast. When I'm a little more tired, I tend to go a little bit slower. So I think right now I'm going a little fast. That's why I started talking and yapping at you to give you time to catch up. All right, that's seven. Keep going. Across and across. That's eight. Next, if the inside of your knees are getting a little bit achy, you feel a little bit of discomfort from this transition in between these sides, I want you to focus on coming up first, coming across, and then dropping down, and then up and across and down. That would take some pressure off of the knee in the low position, and I'll let you do that from a slightly higher position. All right, I think this is about to be number 10. So let's wrap things up. Stand up nice and tall. Come across however you need to. Squeeze, get small, get compact, work those muscles. Come back across, squeeze, get compact, and that is 10 Cossack switches. That is our 3 warm-up exercises. We are done with the warm-up. It's time for the rest of the show. If that sentence scares you, because you're like, what? That's just the warm-up? That was really intense already. Oh my God, what's going on? Don't worry. This is a stretching and mobility show. What we just did was get our hips and our hamstrings and some of our leg muscles ready for some really intense stretches. If you're just joining in, you have no idea what's going on. You just saw a dude doing a dance, sliding from side to side. We do 45 to 60 minutes of hip mobility work and side split stretching. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering that we are about to do on the floor a little bit more fun, a little less just suffering. So if you like consistency, if you like side splits, if you like the idea of somebody helping you stay accountable, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back. We're live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which I think means we started like 20 minutes ago, 24 minutes ago. All right, it's time to get into our stretches. We're doing 5 stretches. We do 30 seconds, one time, and then we move on for almost all of our stretches, except for the last one. And the first one that we're going to do is the hamstring stretch. I recommend you go grab a little bit of padding for your knee. It can be anything with a little bit of foam, a little bit of cushion. Couch cushion, decorative pillow, dog bed, stuffed animal, dirty laundry. Roll it up, stick it under your knee, and you're ready to go. I have obviously some gym flooring mat looking thing from Costco that I bought 10 years ago, and it has been great for padding my knees. So if you have something that's more purpose built, perhaps you can use that as well. All right, yoga mat, fold it a couple times, stick it on your knee. Perfect. From here, we're ready to begin. I want you to bring both your knees down on top of your little piece of cushion. From here, I want you to look down at your hips. Okay, I want them to be nice and square, straight down your body. When we do this next step, which is to extend our leg out in front and then fold our belly buttons down, we get into our hamstring stretch. Woo! From the side, it looks a little bit like this. All right. I want you to notice that my hip is almost tucked into my body. I want you to make sure that you are not doing something like this, where one hip is starting to get way far out, the other leg is going way back, and all of a sudden you're twisting because your leg is way over there and the other leg is way back out there. Okay? What I want you to do is suck that hip in so that your hips are together and fold down. That lets you focus on the hamstring stretch and not get distracted by all the other different muscles in your leg. And that helps us stay on the same page because I only got explanations for one thing at a time. All right, let's go. Again, knees together. Check out what your hips are doing. Extend the other leg in front. Don't push over there. Keep it tucked in. Fold the belly button down. Fold, 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 fold. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold, fold. If you are feeling like you're immediately off balance and you're wibbling and wobbling and going all over the place, you can open up that stance just a little bit to help you stay stable. And that's it. We're ready to chill. We're ready to breathe. Try to bring your belly button down. Whew. Fold, relax, breathe. Fold, relax, breathe. Your toes should not be flexing hard. Your feet should not be flexing hard. Your calves should not be flexing hard. Your hamstrings, it's inevitable that they'll be really tense. Your glutes should be relaxed. Your low back should be relaxed. And I just want you to sigh and flop over your leg. Okay? If it looks like my back is super arched, that is because I am being lazy. It is not because I'm trying to smash my face into my knee. If you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in the back of your neck, in your upper shoulders, in your mid back, you're working too hard. Those muscles should not be working so hard because all of the folding, all of the hamstring stretch comes from the angle of your hips. All right. And the way we focus on that is by bringing the belly button down towards the leg. All right. That's it. That's the only thing. Belly button to the leg. Cool. From here, we're going to take a big inhale. And we're going to exhale and fold at the same time. Bring that belly button down. All right. Exhale and fold. Ah. Now we're in a deeper hamstring stretch. Chill, relax, breathe. Sigh out that extra air. Drape your body over that hamstring, over that leg. And relax. One more. We're going to inhale, exhale, fold. One more time. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. We are in a much deeper stretch now. And again, if you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in your neck, in your upper back, in your low back, mid back, you're working too hard. All of this is coming from the belly button. The rest of your body is relaxed, chilling, so you can fold a little bit deeper. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Feel free to experiment a little right now. You can straighten out your back and focus on keeping it straight. You might feel like that's more intense and you're feeling the weight of your torso folding you down deeper into your leg. And that's good. We want that. If alternatively, you're trying to relax your whole body, you're trying to relax as many muscles as possible, you can also relax and let your body drape over that leg and see if that helps you get into a slightly deeper stretch. Again, the upper back, the neck, the shoulders, everything is relaxed. It's not turning yourself into a little ball. It's just being lazy and relaxing. All right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. Come on out of it. Whew. If you're close to a wall, you can lean against it and you can be like, oh my God, we're almost done. That is hamstring stretch number 1. We got the other leg. So bring your knees back, bring them together, and let's get ready to extend the other leg out. Again, we're pulling that hip into its socket. We're not extending it and bringing it all the way out there into a front split. It's sucked in, it's controlled, it's contained, and we're ready to fold forward. Bring that belly button down to the thigh. And breathe. Relax. Relax the calves, relax the feet, relax the toes. Your hamstrings may or may not relax. Relax your glutes, relax your low back, and just chill. If you're feeling a bit of tension in the knee, it's getting a little achy, you can give it a slight bend. That'll take a bunch of tension off the knee, and you can focus on bringing your belly button down to that thigh, bring your chest down to that thigh, and folding that leg to your chest first, and then straightening out your leg and getting that last little bit of hamstring stretch. Okay? If your knees do not hurt, you can do as before, straighten the legs, fold forward. Cool? I think it's time to inhale, exhale, fold. Let's do this. Inhale, exhale, and fold. When all the air is out of your lungs, hopefully you're relaxing over that leg. Your hamstrings, feet, toes, calves, glutes, low back, relaxed. Breathe. Sigh out all the extra air and chill. One more. Inhale, exhale, fold. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That's it. We're holding this for 30 seconds. See if you can get a little bit deeper if you can. And 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that's it. Come on out of that hamstring stretch. That is our first stretch. We spend a lot of time slowly bring ourselves down deeper into a stretch, relaxing until we can fold really deep. And the reason why we do that is I want to prove to you the power of warming up. All right? If you spend a little time trying to get deeper, taking your time, chilling, relaxing, trying to get deeper, you'll get deeper. You won't, get to a crazy stretch all in one day, but you'll get deeper than what you thought you were going to get to when you first started. All right? Don't forget that. For any other crazy thing you scroll to on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and you're like, that's sick, I want to try that. Please warm up. It'll be a huge confidence booster when you just kick that workout's butt. All right? We're ready to move on. We're gonna move on into our second warm. We're gonna move on into our second stretch. It's called the butterfly stretch, and it looks a little bit like this. I want you to sit with your butt up against a wall, so that your hips, your low back, your shoulders, your head are all resting against the wall. Then I want you to take your feet, bring them together, and pull them into your groin. If you need to, adjust your pants so that the knees of your pants don't get super stretched out. From here, we are in our starting position. What I want you to do is bring your knees down into the ground. That is going to help you focus on the groin stretch, and that is the point of our butterfly. But I want you to do this in a very specific way. I want you to use your outer thigh muscles. I want you to use your glutes to help open up your thighs using your own muscle power so you get stronger, you have more control, and hopefully that helps you get stronger and more mobile in the long run, too. All right? From here, use those glutes, use those outer thigh muscles, pull your knees down. If you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, you're not sure you're doing this right. If your knees have gone down just a little bit, you're feeling more of a stretch here in the groin, you're working in the right direction. All right? That's all that matters, the right direction. From here, we are taking our hands, we're applying a little bit of gentle pressure just underneath the knee, and we are pushing them down into the ground. Push, 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 push some more, push, 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 push some more. Whew, breathe. 30 seconds, let's go. 29, 28, 27. If you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in the back of your head and your shoulders, that is because your shoulders are getting pushed into the wall and your hands are pushing your legs into the ground. And that's normal. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. If you are still contracting those muscles in your glutes and outer thighs, relax them. Breathe and push a little bit harder with your hands. 12, maybe 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Push, push, push. Open up those legs. 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Let your hands off your knees. Shake them out. Relax them. And continue with a little bit of flapping of your butterfly wings. Flap, 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 flap. If your legs are not working, you're like, what the heck? My legs are supposed to be able to do that. You can take them with your hands, shake them out, and go, hey, hey, we got stuff to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, and do the other side. You don't have to shake as aggressively as I am. I'm putting on a show, so I'm trying to entertain you. You don't have to go that aggressive. You can just be like, hey, hey, wake up, wake up. You can be a gentle mom waking up a 7-year-old for elementary school or something. It doesn't have to be crazy. From here, we're ready to move on into our third stretch. It's called the standing pancake. And I recommend that you do the standing pancake whenever possible because it helps to build some strength and some endurance in your inner thigh muscles. And we need that for control in our side splits. All right. What this looks like is we're going to stand up. We're going to open up our legs. We're going to open them up until you're starting to feel a little bit of discomfort here in the hips. When you feel that discomfort, you can stop. You can bring your legs in just a little bit, and we're ready to fold. I want you to focus on this belly button, and I want you to focus on pointing it down into the ground. So fold at the hips. Fold, 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 fold. Fold, 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 fold. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold, fold. From here, this is our starting point for the pancake. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. Legs wide, belly button down. All right. The pancake, when you get to like really intense levels of it, looks a little bit closer to this. Fold, 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 fold. And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going until you go boom. Your upper body, your lower body come together, and that is a pancake. It is hard. So, so hard. That is why we're going to be as lazy as possible while doing the stretch. We're going to get gravity to do as much work for us as possible. And the way you set up your body for gravity to do as much work as possible looks a little bit like this. We're trying to get our upper bodies as close to horizontal as possible. Whew, great, that was easy. From here, if you want to make it more difficult, you want more help from gravity, you can extend your arms so that your biceps are by your ears, and remember to breathe. All of a sudden, your arms will feel really heavy and you'll get pulled down real forward. If you're ready for more, you're ready for more brutalizing from the folding, you can hold on to something in your hand and you can fold a little bit more. All of a sudden, that will feel crazy. It'll be super, super heavy and you'll be really, 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 really far forward. And that's great. That is how we get into the pancake. One other detail. If while folding forward you realize you can bring your legs into a wider position, go ahead and hit that wider position. When you're in that wider position, you're going to feel more tension in your inner thigh muscles, and they're going to get stronger because of it. So that's good. That's it. Let's go. We're folded. Folding, folding, folding. Bring that belly button down. Extend those arms if you want. Hold on to something if you're really mean to yourself. And let's go. Breathe. Fold. Breathe. Fold. Breathe. Fold. 30 seconds. 29. 28. 27. 26. 25. 24. 23. Remember, the more horizontal you have your upper body, the more intense the leverage gravity is going to make you feel. And the longer your lever, the more intense it's going to feel. Oh, if your face is too close to the ground, stick your butt back behind you a little bit and keep going. I forgot where we counted to. 19, maybe 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put your hands down. That is our pancake stretch. Whew. If your legs feel like they don't move or they don't work right now, that is probably normal. And you can start trying to wiggle your toes and bring them in together. And then you wiggle your heels in together, wiggle your toes in together, wiggle your heels in together, wiggle your toes in together, wiggle your heels in together, and toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels. Breathe. Toes and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels until they're relatively, underneath you. And now you might just be stuck in this hunched over position. Take a couple seconds, hop into a deeper squat, try to stand up straighter, and come back up into standing. Whew, that is our standing pancake. Right now, I want you to just do a little dance, do a little wiggle, shake out your body, because you just put your body through a whole ton, and now you need to relax. All right? I'm going to feel that stretch in two main places. One is in the adductors. All right? Those are the inner thigh muscles. When you are in that side split position or your pancake position with your legs wide apart, these muscles, your adductors, are getting stretched out. And it's not just getting stretched out. When you hang out here and I make you wait for way more than 30 seconds, realistically, because I forgot how to count, your muscles are contracting really hard, trying to keep you stable, trying to keep you steady, trying to keep you standing, right? That tension combined with the stretch helps to build these muscles. It also makes your legs very, very, very unhappy. But at least there's a trade off. You're getting stronger, you're building more control. The other place you're going to feel this is in your hamstrings. Your hamstrings attach basically just below and just behind the knee and into the bottom of your hips, into your pelvis. So when the bottoms of your pelvis go from here, mid thigh, and they go all the way up, back up here behind you, they are stretching. It doesn't matter if your legs are apart and you're folding forward, or if your legs are together and you're folding forward. If your hips are rotating and they're folding at all, the bottom of your pelvis is going up into the air and your hamstrings are unhappy about it. So that's what you're suffering through. And with that, hopefully you've been moving, shaking, walking around, and hopefully your legs are moving well enough for us to get into stretch number 4. I am pretty sure we are doing the figure 4 stretch because that's what we did this morning. So let's get into that. You got the option. If you're a regular, you know exactly what is coming up. You can hit the figure 4, you can hit the pigeon stretch, whatever you'd like. If you don't know what either one is, then I'm going to show you the figure 4 today, and tomorrow I'll have the pigeon. All right, so the figure 4 and the pigeon both have the same basic structure. They look a little bit like this. We're taking this leg, we're crossing it over just above the knee. We're making this thing that looks kind of like the number 4, right? From here, we're grabbing that ankle, we're bringing it up towards our belly button, and then we're going to fold our belly button towards that ankle. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this, all right? We're feeling a stretch here in the side of the glute, in the side of the hip, but technically that's a glute muscle. And you might also feel it here in the bottom of your leg, in your hamstrings, and maybe even while you're folding, a little bit in the hips. That is all the information that you need. We're going to get our butts onto the ground and we're going to do the figure 4, all right? We get to lay down. Ah, be gentle. Don't hit your head coming down to the floor. And am I centered in the camera? I am. Okay, great. We're gonna cross one leg over to the other knee. All right. Boom. We're just, reading a newspaper. Our legs are crossed, and we're just hanging out for a second. From here, we're gonna stick our hand through the triangle that we just made. This hand is the leg that is crossed over the leg. All right. Going through the triangle. The other hand is going around the other leg. It's going to grab that knee and we're going to pull that knee in. Oh, I have done 5 lives in the last like 49 hours. So a lot of my muscles are very sore. And on the weekends, this just happens because I do a lot of lives and I do a lot of the stretching. Whew. So I'm going to struggle to pull this leg in towards my chest a little bit. But that is not a reason for you to not pull this leg in towards your chest, all right? I want you to pull. I want you to pull some more. I want you to pull a little bit more. I want you to breathe. When you exhale, pull some more. Pull, 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 pull. And bring that leg in towards your chest. Whenever you sigh on an exhale, pull it in a little harder. All right? That's it. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Keep pulling. Don't relax. I didn't forget about you. 22, 21. I know you're laying down. Your eyes might be closed. This is not a time to take a nap. You can relax your face, but keep on pulling those legs in. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I must have had a really salty dinner because my mouth is so dry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Remember, you're supposed to feel the stretch out here in that side of the glute, side of the hip. If you did not quite feel it there on the other leg, you're going to have to pull harder. But for now, drop your hands to either side, relax your leg, let the knees flop to one side. Breathe, exhale, drop the legs to the other side. Breathe, exhale, and chill for a second. Don't fall asleep. Just chill. Let the low back relax. And I think we got to get up and do the next one. We actually don't have to get up. We just have to rotate. Actually, you don't even have to rotate. I have to rotate so you can see what my legs are doing. You can stay where you are. All right. We're back in this position. We're ready to cross this leg over to the other side. We're going to reach our hand through the triangle and around the other knee. We're going to grab the knee. We're going to pull it into our chest. Give me a second. I'm going to rotate around like a little turtle stuck on his back. And when I'm in position, we're going to pull. Pull that leg in towards your chest. Breathe. Make as many sound effects as you need to. I cannot judge because I cannot hear you. So make as many sound effects as you like. Breathe and pull. And breathe and pull. As you feel that stretch building up, we're ready to go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27. If you're feeling a whole bunch of tension in that knee and it's not feeling so good, you can cup that knee and pull on it directly. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Keep pulling that leg in. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. Drop your legs down. Relax for a second. Let your knees fall to one side. Let your knees fall to the other side. And come on back. We are finished with the fourth of our 5 stretches. Everything so far has been one round of 30 seconds, and then we just moved on. But that is no longer the case. We're going to get into our 5th and final stretch. We're doing some side splits. If you've never done a side split before, don't worry. We're going to break it down into little pieces. We're going to walk you through each of the steps so you can get as deep as you can get. Okay? The way we set up our side splits is we're doing 3 rounds of 30 seconds. And in between each round, we're going to shake out our legs. We're going to try and relax the muscles as much as possible. We're going to flop around. We're going to wiggle. We're going to shake. When our muscles are relaxed, we're going to get back into round 2 and round 3 of the side splits. All right? Is there anything else you need to know? Oh, there is. We're flopping on the ground and making all sorts of grunting noises because we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering that we do on the floor a little less miserable, a little more fun, and hopefully we can stack those things together: consistency, community, less suffering, to build up our flexibility, build up our mobility, and maybe get some side split looking things. All right. If you like that, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe. You come back. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I think that's enough of a spiel to get back into some side splits. All right. The first thing I'm going to talk about is safety. I want you to stand 8 to 12 inches in front of a wall. All right. For most people, that's going to be 1.5 foot steps in front of the wall. The reason is because when we're working on our side splits, our legs are going to be wide open, our hands are going to be on the ground, we're going to be squirming, we're going to be shaking, we're going to be trying to get deeper into the ground. And sometimes when you're leaning and wiggling and shaking, your hands come off the ground, you've leaned too far back, and now you're swimming. You're like, oh no, I'm going to fall backwards. And then you fall backwards. But because I told you to stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall, your butt is now resting on the wall. Everything is fine and everything is chill. You just do a little hip thrust and boom, you're back in your side split. Everything is good. If you were to try this without a wall behind you and you lost your balance, you're like, wee, look at me, I'm so cool, I'm doing some side splits, wiggle, 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 and you go, oh no! And then you fell backwards. That would really hurt. And remember, this show is all about practicing consistency. I don't want you to get into a situation where your butt hurts so much you don't come back and you don't keep practicing. So don't do that. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall, and we are ready to begin. Let's go. Oh, whew, that was a gentle fall. It's pretty low to the ground, so my butt doesn't hurt as bad this time. The other day, I fell pretty hard, and I was like, oh man, knocked the wind out of my lungs. It was crazy. All right, I can't complain about the torture I put myself through, so we'll move on. Open up your legs nice and wide while standing 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall. From here, if your hips are hurting, you're feeling a pinching pain in either side, you've gone too far, bring your legs in together just a little bit. When that pain is gone, we're ready to fold. Focused on bringing that belly button down into the ground. Whee! Whoop. When you're here, this is the same setup as the pancake that we were just doing, right? The main difference here is we're going to put our hands down on the floor. If you can reach, great, go for it. If you cannot reach, feel free to elevate your hands. If you got a little stool, go ahead and use it. If you have yoga blocks, go ahead and use those. If you have a stack of encyclopedias that are 50 years old and nobody reads, feel free to use those. Whatever it is, stack your hands, get a little bit of height, and we're ready to continue. From here, I'm going to demonstrate with the stool so that you see what you should be doing if you're in this position. We are going to externally rotate our legs. What does that mean? Right now, our feet are flat on the ground and our knees are pointing towards the camera. All right. What I want you to do is rotate the leg back 90 degrees so that the heel is down, the toes are pointing up, and the knees are pointing up. So rotating it back 90 degrees. And we got to do it on both sides. So stay stable, hold on to something, and rotate. Heel down, toes up, knees up. When you're in this position with your knees pointing up, knees pointing in the same direction as the top of your head, we are in a side split position. It might not be very low to the ground in a side split position, but we're in a side split position. Now, the only thing holding us back is our muscles. We've rotated our thigh bone so that it does not smash into our hip bones and therefore not cause us any unnecessary pain while we get down into our stretch. All right. From here, we're going to do a little wiggle from side to side. If at any point you get stuck, you can't get any further, feel free to pause and not try to get any deeper. All right. This is the setup. And now we're going to get deep. If you're not ready for it, it's okay. You don't have to keep pushing. Okay. If you're ready for it, then keep pushing. Keep going. Do whatever you got to do. All right. Let's go. We're going to do a wiggle from side to side. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Shake, shake, shake. Each time we lean to one side, I want you to really try to stick that leg out a little bit further. And if you don't need the block, feel free to not use it. If you don't need the stool or the encyclopedias, whatever you're using, feel free to slide them out of the way. From here, remember, our knees and the top of our heads should be going in the same direction. If you are very close to the wall, like I asked you to, you might be able to rest your butt on the wall right now. That's cool. You can absolutely do that. Go ahead and try and sit back against it and see if your butt will just rest against the wall. Whew. I did for a second, I slid off. When you're doing this, you're going to feel a huge stretch in your hamstrings down here. That's great. We need it for the side splits. The position I'm showing you right now, oftentimes is called, or is a little closer to a straddle. Uh, and the position that we were in before, where our hands were over that stool, like this, is closer to the actual side splits. We need a little bit of both for our stretching to get down into the side splits, but the side split is more focused on the inner thigh muscles, all right, the adductors. And now that I've given you way too much information, I feel like we should have started a while ago. Let's go. 25 seconds. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. When your knees and the top of your head are pointing the same direction, you can relax all of your other muscles. Your feet can relax, your calves can relax, your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, your low back, everything can relax. You can exhale all of that extra air. Get lazy and see if you can drop a little deeper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that's it. We're done. Walk your hands forward. Walk, 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 walk. Pull your legs in underneath you and come into whatever restful position you can get into. If that's kneeling, great. If you're gonna sit down and just flop there and be like, ah, that's also fine. No problem. Hang out there, grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. And when you're ready, we're gonna come back into standing. So, whew, back in standing. From here, we are going to shake out as many muscles as possible. We're going to relax. We're going to chill out so that all the muscles in your legs that are going, I don't want to move right now, are ready for side split number two. All right. What I want you to do is stand and put most of your weight into one leg. On the other leg, I want you to just do a gentle flick. Flick that ankle forward and back, side to side, around in circles, and try and relax the ankle as much as you can. And the reason why we're starting with the ankle is because all the muscles directly above your ankle control how the ankle moves. You can point your toes up, you can point your toes down, you can point them to the side, you can do some circles. All of those can be controlled by muscles directly above your ankle. And when you're flopping them and you're shaking them and you're wiggling them, those muscles have to be relaxed. And they have to be relaxed pretty well because your legs are going all over the place really, 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 really fast. All right? So from here, we are done. That's it. We're just shaking out the leg. We're gonna do the other one. Cool. Let's go. All your weight in one leg, other leg. Flop that ankle. Shake it around. Woo wee. Shake it forward. Shake it back. Shake it to the sides. Do some circles. Flop, 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 flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Put that foot down. Oh, how are you feeling? Are you feeling everything underneath your knees? Be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill, because that's the goal. That's the intention. If it's not, you can shake out some more. But otherwise, we're going to move on into our hips. What we're going to do is stick all of our weight into one leg. We're going to drop the big toe of the other foot down into the ground. We're going to rotate the knee in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. This leg is slightly bent only because I'm trying to show you guys that the knee is rotating in and out. The leg itself is not actually moving. The only thing that's moving is this thigh bone where it connects into my hip. All right. The rest of the body also is not moving. And we're going to do this a couple of times to help loosen up some of the muscles going on in the hip. And then as you get more comfortable with this, as you get more relaxed, I want you to straighten out the leg. I want you to shake out that leg. I want you to flop that leg around. I want you to shake, 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 shake until it looks like that hip is made of jello, that leg is made of jello, and you're just flopping around all over the place. All right. Hopefully, after doing a couple of seconds of that, you'll notice your leg is super relaxed and you're ready to move on. Other leg. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down in that other leg. We're rotating in, out, in, out, in, out. We're doing little dance moves. Shake, 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 shake. Go a little bit faster. Stand up a little straighter. Relax this leg even more. Straighten this leg out. Hold all of the weight. Shake it faster. Shake, 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 shake. Till your legs look like they're made of jello. And whew, that is how we're shaking out the tension in our legs. If you did that right, your legs should be moving pretty good right now. Much better than when you were standing, much better than when you first started shaking them out. And if that is the case, we're ready for some side split number two. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall. For most people, that's 1.5 footsteps in front of the wall. And we are ready to open up our legs. From here, if your hips are hurting because you are so deep into that wide leg position, pause, stop, and bring your feet in a little closer, and we're ready to continue if the hips stop hurting. From here, belly button coming down into the ground. Fold. Boom. Put your hands down if you can for a little bit of support. If you can't reach the floor, feel free to elevate with a yoga block. If that's not enough, feel free to use a stool. You can use a stool even if you don't even if you can reach the floor. It's nice to have a little bit of support so you don't have to work as hard folding forward. All right. From here, see if you can open up your legs a little bit wider first. And then we're going to rotate them. All right. Right now, your knees are kind of pointed forward. What we want to do is rotate the legs so that the knees are pointing straight up into the sky. We're going to do that on both sides. Boom. Toes up, knees up, toes up, knees up, heels down. From here, we're in our side splits. All right. It's time to wiggle from side to side and see how deep we can get. One wiggle to the left, one wiggle to the right. Keep wiggling, keep wiggling, keep wiggling. You don't have to come down this rep. Go as far as you can for today. You don't have to push yourself if you're feeling uncomfortable. You can take it nice and chill. All right? Hopefully, you found that you dropped into a deeper split faster than that first round that we just were in. And you got options. We want you to relax your toes. We want you to relax your calves. We want you to relax your hamstrings, your glutes, your low back. And I want you to breathe. And let out as much air, as much tension out of your body as possible. If your butt is resting on the wall, great. If you're leaning really far forward onto your hands and you're feeling the stretch mostly in your adductors and your inner thighs, great. 30 seconds, let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in underneath you, and the further you walk forward, the more your legs will be pulled in underneath you, and the easier it will be to come out of the side split. Sigh, breathe as loud as you like, grunt, groan, make sound effects, and when your legs are feeling just good enough to stand, come on back into standing. If you're wobbling like a drunk penguin, that's okay. We're gonna shake out the legs, and then they'll get much better real fast. All right, shake out that ankle. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 and whew. Other side. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. The ankles are loose. All right, they're going back and forth. They're going side to side, but you're not trying to actively control them. You're just trying to snap them, whip them, shake them until they do whatever they want to do. All right. I lifted my leg to show you. Your leg can be totally relaxed and just flopping off to the side in front of you. And usually 5 to 10 seconds is plenty for that leg to relax. If you're newer to this, you might need to spend a little bit more time to figure out what muscles are trying to relax, how to relax them. And it's counterintuitive because you're like thinking about the muscle you're trying to relax. And as soon as you focus on it, you're probably flexing the muscle and it's not relaxing. So take your time. This is why we spend a bunch of time explaining things and demonstrating and shaking it out. You usually don't need this much time. Okay? Take it chill, relax, and we're ready to continue. Next up, we got some hips. We're gonna split. Oh, we're gonna split. We're gonna put all of our weight into one leg. We're gonna put the big toe of the other foot down. We're gonna bend the knee slightly. We're gonna rotate that leg in and out and 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 in and out. As you get more comfortable with this, you can straighten the leg. You don't have to have that little weird squat thing going. Pointing the knee in and out was just to make sure you knew what was happening with that leg. As soon as you have mastered it, you can relax, you can chill, you can keep on shaking that leg, you can go faster, you can stop focusing on the full range of motion. You can just focus on shaking out the tension in that leg. Your quad muscle should be flopping all over the place at some point. You don't have to get there today, but if you can keep that leg relaxed enough and you can move that leg fast enough, your whole entire leg is going to be flopping all over the place and your leg should be relaxed. Next one. Let's go. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down, rotating in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Faster, 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 faster. No weight in this leg that's rotating. All right. All of your weight is in that standing leg. You're just shaking this out. The more weight is in this leg, the more tension it's going to be holding, it's going to be supporting, and the harder it will be for that leg to relax, harder it will be for the leg to shake out. Whew. If you didn't quite get to shaking the leg out, but you still want to do something cool, you want to do something fun, you can always add in some stanky leg. All right. We are working on our hip mobility. We're working on our leg strength. You can make it fun, make it enjoyable, combine both legs at the same time, do some dance moves, and please do whatever you can to make it fun. This show is about consistency. If you hate everything that we're doing, it's going to be really hard to stay consistent. So, if there's something fun that you enjoy, add it in, make it enjoyable, and I hope to see you back practicing consistency. We're ready. We're going to move on into our third and final side split. Let's go. We're standing 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall. Open up those legs. If your legs are hurting because you opened them way too far, it's pinching in the hips, you've gone too far. Bring your legs back in just a little bit and we're ready to fold. Bring this belly button down into the ground. Whee! Put your hands down. if you can. If you can't, use a prop, and we're ready to rotate. Scoot and get a little bit deeper into your stretch if you can, because it'll make the next step a little bit easier. And from here, our feet are flat on the ground, our knees are pointing forward, right? What we want to do is rotate the leg back 90 degrees so that the heel is down, the toes are pointing up, and the knee is pointing up. We want to do this with both legs. So, boom, heels down, toes up, knees up on both sides. From here, we're in our side split. You might not be in a super deep side split, but you are in a side split for sure. Oh, when we've rotated our leg, the thigh bone will not smash into our hip bone, and that means we can get into a much deeper side split without pain. All right, that's the purpose of that rotation. From here, we're just dropping as much as you can. Do a little wiggle from side to side. Hopefully, the relaxation that I put you through just now helped you drop into it a little bit easier than that first side split we were doing, or even that second side split that we were doing. If you're really close to the wall, you can rest your butt on the wall while supporting your weight and see how low you can get. Relax your toes, relax your calves, relax your glutes, relax your hamstrings. If those will relax, relax as many muscles as possible. And fold over. I think we're ready. This is it. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. It's kind of too late. 1, 0. That's it. Oh, relax. If you're leaning forward, walk your hands forward. I kind of sat down on my butt. I think it's the first time I've actually sat all the way down like this. And I'm not in a full split, by the way. I'm just straddling the wall. But my legs have stopped working for the moment. So I'm going to need a second to crawl out of this. For everybody else, walk your hands forward. Pull your legs in underneath you. Kneel, chill for a second, grunt and groan. And I'm going to do my own grunting and groaning. Ah! Oh! Whew. Okay. I'm done. All right. Whew. We're ready to wrap things up. That was our third and final side split. We're going to come back into standing. We're going to shake out our legs. They're going to regain some sort of normalcy, and then we'll be ready to go on, do a couple of joint checks, and finish up. All right? Shake it out. All your weight is in one leg, ankle is loose on the other side, and we're shaking it, we're wiggling it, we're flopping it. We've been talking about relaxation in the leg this whole entire time, and I want to emphasize that my telling you to focus on your ankles is just the first step. If you can combine all sorts of crazy things into your leg and have it flop around and wiggle and get loose, that is awesome. Go ahead and do it. Make sure to hold on to something for stability so that you don't just like fall over and you step on your ankle and make it weird or something like that. Just for safety. But you can experiment otherwise as much as you want. If you can feel like you can shake your legs out the way that we had the toes down like this, but you can have your leg up instead, go ahead, add that in. Enjoy. At the end of the day, this is all about relaxing the muscles, having control over the muscles so that you can go do other things as fast as possible. All right? And hopefully, after a long explanation and regularly flopping and wobbling and whatever it is, then you're also wobbled out. Let's go and move on into the hips. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down on the other side. Rotate the knees in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Stanky leg, in and out and in and out. Straighten that leg, straighten, 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 straighten. Shake it faster, 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 faster. Let that leg wobble and jiggle and shake and whew, should be good. Other side. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Stanky leg, stanky leg, stanky leg. And in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And straighten out that leg. Go faster. Pick up the intensity. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wobble, 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 wobble. Turn that leg into jello. And hopefully your legs are feeling pretty good now. Let's move on into some joint checks. The first thing I want you to do is hip circles. They look a little bit like this, where you're just trying to work and stretch out the muscles in the hip. Oh, again, grunt and groan. Make as many sound effects as you need to. No shame in. Oh, wow, that feels good. Right from here, in the side splits, after the side splits, I usually feel a whole bunch of tension right here in the sides of either hip. If you feel it as well, spend a little bit of time, kind of sit into that stretch, lean into it, feel that muscle get stretched out. If you have a perpetually tight low back, like most of us do, you can kind of fold over, relax, let the low back chill out a little bit, and we're ready to move on. From here, I want you to do a quick high knee. If your knees come up, you're ready to move on. No big deal. Next, we're going to do some calf raises out of a deep squat position. And while we do this, I want you to really focus on your toes. All right? Your toes, just like your fingers, can do a whole bunch of crazy things, can be really strong. And most of us don't do anything to make them strong. So they're not going to be strong. So I'm gonna just highlight them so that if you decide that, hey, maybe this is important for me, you can decide that you want to go pursue some toe strength. All right. What I want you to do is clench your toes like you're making a fist, but with your toes. All right? Make little claws. Whee! And I want you to do the opposite. I want you to extend your toes so they start pointing up into the sky. All right? So the ball of your foot is down, but your big toe and your pinky toe, they're basically almost pointing straight up. You can experiment with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just trying to remind you what your feet and your toe muscles can do. All right? From here, we're going to pop into a bit of a squat. You don't have to keep your legs very wide or anything. You just have them straight down like you're standing normally. And we're going to squat. Squat, 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 squat. Squat, 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 squat. Squat, squat, squat. Squat some more. Woo! Here we are. Bring your knees to your chest, or chest down to your knees. When you're in this position, if you sit back, you should be fine. But if you lean a little bit forward, you might want to feel like you're falling forward, or you might not want to, but you might feel like you're falling forward. When that happens, your toes should be working really hard to keep you supported, to keep you from falling forward. That's what we want. When your toes are working real hard, keeping you from falling forward, the arch of your foot should also be working pretty hard to keep your foot stable. That is also what we want. From here, I want you to try to push your knees forward so that you feel a bit of a stretch in the Achilles tendon and in your calves. You can poke your calves to double check that they're super tense right now. And when you're here in this position, your quads should be firing. Maybe your low back is getting a little tired. Those are all good signs that your muscles are working. We're going to take our hands, we're going to put them down on the ground in front of us, and we're going to lean forward and we're going to go into a calf raise. Come up as high as you can. If you don't need to put your hands down, feel free to not put your hands down. You might just have to adjust your balance. It might help to imagine you're putting your whole entire weight in between your big toe and your index toe as you come up and down from the ground. And once you've done a couple of those, once your calves are tired, we're ready to wrap up. What we just did was force our toes to grip the floor, work really hard, force our arches to also support and grip the floor with our feet. We forced our Achilles tendon, our calves to stretch and work together with our quads, our knees, our hamstrings, our glutes to make all these bones and joints and muscles work together. All right. There's no point in getting strong in one place and not be able to use any of the other parts of your body. Most of the things that you have to do in real life require lots of things to work together. And that's what we were just testing to make sure everything pretty much below the hip was working decently well together. And then maybe a little bit better than decent. Pretty damn awesome. If you've never used your toes before, welcome to the world of making your toes strong. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency with me today. We just wrapped up 74 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility. We do this every single day to practice the number one quality, consistency. You can have the best plan ever, but if you can't follow through on the plan, it's probably not the best plan. So we're here focused on showing up, making time every day, doing the thing that is important. In this case, it's side splits. In this case, it's hip mobility. If you like that, and you're ready to hang out with the community. You're ready to make the suffering that we do hanging out in these stretches a little bit less bad and a little bit more fun. Make sure to keep coming back. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're not in the Eastern time zone, you have no idea where Eastern is or what that means. We started 75 minutes ago. So whatever time it is for you, subtract 75 minutes. That's an hour and 15 minutes. And keep coming back. Whew, I think that's it. That's all I got. I make other content if you're interested. Most of it is not about the side splits. Most of it is about getting a little bit of fitness into your life, however it fits. Right? Whether that's choosing to take the stairs when you see the escalator, and whether that's waiting not, or sorry, not just sitting there waiting for your coffee to be made and choosing to get 30 seconds of exercise, whether that's wow, I'm really butchering this one today, whether that's taking the 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes for your ramen to boil and making it a little warm up leg exercise so that you get a little bit of exercise into your day in the little tiny moments where you're just free to chill, where you would otherwise probably just scroll on your phone. If you turn that into a habit, those add up throughout the day, and those are not things you can sleep on or you should sleep on. They are totally worthwhile and will make you feel real good because you accomplish something badass while you're waiting for your ramen to boil, for your coffee to finish. And you'll also actually feel better because you'll be moving your hips, you'll be moving your joints, you'll be moving your legs, those things, right? So fill in that empty time and check out those videos. All right. Whew. Do I do anything else? I think that's it. I'm ready. Ugh. I'm gonna grab the chair. I'm gonna grab the stool. I'm gonna come over to the chat and check out what is going on and what I have been missing out on. Let's see. Three score underscore says thank you. You're very welcome. Paul Diesel, welcome back. Another amazing stretch session. Thanks, Ken. You're very welcome, Paul. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Cat G says thank you, Ken. Welcome back, Cat. Hope you're well. I'm gonna keep scrolling, keep scrolling. A lot of people have followed. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the live. And I'm gonna scroll to the top of this video or to the top of the chat, and I'm gonna look at if there's anything I need to respond to. If you're not online, then I wouldn't know. But if you are online and you asked a question before that I didn't see, feel free to throw it down into the bottom of the chat. All right. Farito says, I'm still practicing. Nice live streaming. Thank you. I appreciate it. What is it that you're practicing? Oh, this is hard. I'm still practicing. Amazing. Good. Just because it's hard does not mean it's a reason to stop. Petrosi's martial arts says, okay. All right. Welcome. Verito says, all these moves are very helpful to do a good strength training performance. Um, yes, no, maybe. Some of these moves are going to be helpful to you in certain ranges. And what I mean by that is you only need to be a little bit more flexible than how much you actually move in real life. All right. If your most intense demand is just taking the stairs, you only need a little bit more flexibility than is required to take the stairs for you to be very comfortable in your exercises. Um, if you really like flexibility, you like doing cool moves, that's a really good reason to keep stretching. That's a really good reason to keep doing cool things because doing cool things makes you feel good, right? But if you're talking about strictly practical reasons for stretching and whether or not a stretch helps you build strength, that is totally dependent on what your strength training goals are. Uh, you obviously need a certain amount of flexibility to do things like a very deep squat. And if that is involved in how you're training, you're also training deep squats, then great, that works out perfectly. But some people don't come all the way down to squats. Some people don't coach coming all the way down in squats and they come down almost all the way, but they're making sure that their backs are straight or whatever detail that they care about. And uh, a certain amount of flexibility is important, right? Some shoulder extension if you're doing squats with the bar over your head or something like that. That is very, very, very important to have. But anything beyond that, maybe not so important. In fact, if you have way too much flexibility and you're doing a strength sport and your arms can go all the way back behind you, you're going to be working way harder to hold the bar in position directly above you than if you were a little stiffer and that was your maximum range to begin with, right? So the flexibility and strength are complementary in a lot of ways, and you can also be too good at one thing or the other, and it can compromise you. It really depends on what it is that you're trying to do. I hope that one fitness weightlifting example makes sense. Can I think of another really quick example that would be more obvious and useful? No, my brain is farting, so I'm going to continue through the scroll. What else we got? Burrito says people learn all the moves he is teaching. These are good for flexibility, which is the key. Awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I'm scrolling, 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 and man, Farito, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the shout outs about the exercises. Kilmar says, thanks, Ken. You're very welcome. It's good to see you. Welcome back. And I think, oh, Chocolate Diva says, hey, hello. Hello, hello. I'm scrolling. I don't think there are that many questions today. So where else do we? Oh, Zane says this is awesome. Welcome, Zane. Hope you subscribed. Hope you come back. I'm glad you liked it. Abductors, abductors. What about the abductors? Hold on, hold on. Where is this question coming from? Do 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 do. All right, I think that's everything. Okay. Well, let me see. One more look at Verito is asking lots of questions about deadlifts and abductors, so the outer thigh muscles, and I don't see a full question in there. So if you still have a question about that or a comment, feel free to repost, but otherwise, I think we're ready to wrap up. Paul Diesel sending all sorts of emojis with my body doing crazy things in them. Thank you for using the cool emojis. I appreciate it. K. Rainey says, thanks so much. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the live, and I hope to see you all soon. Lulu says, thank you. See you tomorrow. Welcome back, Lulu. It's good to see you. Travel Alexi says, thank you. And I think that is it. We are wrapped up. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency, doing the live workout with me today. The weekend is over, which for you guys means that your weekend is over and it's sad. But for me, it means that the double live days, the 9 a.m. and the 9 p.m. days, are done so I can have a little bit more rest and I can let my hips recover a little bit. So I am looking forward to the next live 22 and a half hours from now and not 10 and a half hours from now. I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern as we continue our live side splits journey. Have a great rest of your night. Sleep well, rest well, and I hope you move good the whole rest of your evening. Cool? I'm wrapping up. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Closing out, and I will see you all tomorrow.